Today we have a great program for you. Just by way of a few quick announcements, we have some cultural events coming up this weekend and next week. Those of you who are taking the class, make sure that you go to your 3 additional cultural events and then you take the little survey on Canvas. Directions are on there. If you have any questions, please come and see me or my TA. This Friday night, there's a choir orchestra concert at 7:30. Also, the play, The Cripple of the Irishman, is tonight and Friday and Saturday night at 7:30 across the hall in the theater. And you can get your tickets so that you don't have to wait in line right after class, just over in the ticket office. Also, check the schedule. There are lots of other events going on as well. Now, please remember, this is a live recorded presentation, so take out your phones and turn them off or silence them. Next week is Thanksgiving break, so we won't be holding Convocation. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving and hope to see you all back here. The following week for Bea Voce, she is a relationship curator, and she will be our Convocation presenter on the 1st of December. This week, we are celebrating Entrepreneurship Week, and we'll be having the finalists of the Opportunity Quest competition. And in a moment, I'll be turning the time over to Stacy McKiff, who is the Business Department Chair. But before I do that, I'm going to turn the time over to Alex Peterson, who's the Director of Global Engagement here at Snow College. And he is going to talk to us a little bit about International Week. So please welcome Alex Peterson.
So, thank you. As you can see, it's the week of first snow at Snow College, and it's Entrepreneur Week, Entrepreneurship Week, and it's also International Education Week, so lots of cool weeks this week. I'm not going to take much time, but we have 40 different countries represented here at Snow College, and that's a really cool thing, we think, and we're trying to have more opportunities for Snow College students to also go to other places. So Carmen Reese, she can come up here. She is a student who this summer and spring spent a semester abroad at Oteman Gakuin University in Japan. It's a partner school of ours, and we have reciprocal exchange. So we have Oteman students that come to Snow, and then Snow students that go to Japan. So Carmen's going to just take 5 minutes and tell you about her really cool experience in Japan.
So I'd like to start out with just a question. Just raise your hand. How many people here have either lived or studied abroad? Okay, there's like none of you. So how many people would like to study abroad if they had the opportunity? Okay, good. So my name is Carmen Reese. Alex kind of introduced me. I graduated from Snow last semester, and now I'm done at SUU. And the reason I'm here to talk to you today is because I was in Japan for a semester. And I just kind of like to tell you why I decided to study abroad, how I got over there, and then what I did when I was over there. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to give you one experience, but there were a lot. So the reason I decided to study abroad was pretty simple. I just wanted to brush up on my Japanese. I've been taking Japanese here at Snow, and I just kind of decided I need to get completely, involved in the culture if I wanted to learn Japanese 100%. And I was actually really fortunate. I was able to get this scholarship to go over abroad. So for anybody who raised their hands that want to go abroad, look into scholarships like Alex or Becky in the Center for Global Engagement. They can help you, but pretty much the only reason I was able to go is because I got this scholarship. If you're interested, just ask them about it. And for one of the experiences I had over there, this one's kind of, I don't know, it's a little emotional, so I hope I don't cry. But I had the opportunity to volunteer at an elementary school in Japan, and I was helping them plant a rice field. And when I first got there, the kids were really scared of me. They'd probably never seen someone who wasn't 100% Japanese. One of the girls in my group, she saw me and she started to cry. And I mean, when I first got there, that was horrible. I was just so nervous anyway. And then I saw her crying and I was just disenchanted almost. But at the end of the day, the same little girl, she was playing in a ditch next to the rice paddy, and she caught a salamander. And then she came and she gave it to me out of all the people. And then I really thought, at the time it was just cute, but later on I realized that I probably had changed her perspective, and she might even want to come to the United States when she's my age, and that was really important to me. So yeah, to me that was a really cool experience I had over there. I had a lot, but that was kind of one of the best ones. So I'm pretty much out of time, I think, but if you're interested in talking to me about either Japan, the scholarship, I've also been to South Korea. I'm going to be at the bistro from 2 to 2:30, and if you have any other questions about studying abroad, you can talk to either Alex or Becky in the Center for Global Engagement. So thank you for listening.
Well, thank you so much for having us today for Convocation. We're really excited to share some information about Entrepreneurship Week with you and also showcase some of your fellow students who are entrepreneurs already. So first of all, we might have a video and we might not. If we don't, I'll just keep going. We don't have a video. How many of you out in the audience want to start your own business someday? Anybody thought of that before? So let me show you some things. Josh, will you just go to the next slide? We're going to help you learn how to start your own business here at Snow College. So I'm from the business department, but you don't have to be a business major to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship, this is a term coined by our assistant professor over here, Josh Hales. He coined this term. Entrepreneurship is a mindset, not a major. So anybody from any discipline can be an entrepreneur, and I think you'll see that today in the diversity of our programs. So this week, on Monday, President Carlson signed the President's Pledge for Entrepreneurship. And it's a pledge that's been signed by over 200 college presidents, community college presidents. And the pledge basically says that we are now committed to helping students start businesses, we're committed to helping the community, but we're also committed to this mindset of finding ways to solve problems and finding ways to do things differently and think outside of the box. So that's how we started off our week. And then every Wednesday during fall semester, we have an entrepreneurship seminars class. It's very similar to Convocation, but geared towards entrepreneurs. They come and talk about how they're successful. Yesterday we had a group come in who, a girl got married to someone who's in medical school and they had twins. And how do I make money while my husband's in medical school? So she has a hair bow, a little girl hair bow business that she does by subscription. She's got over 10,000 subscribers. Just an idea that now she's pursuing because she wants her business to fit into her life. So it's very exciting. All right, next slide shows you, I don't know if you can see this very well, but lots of you millennials want to be entrepreneurs. In fact, 70% of teens say they are interested in becoming entrepreneurs, and 54% of millennials plan to start their own businesses this year, and this was in 2014. I think it's even more so now. So what an exciting time to think about starting your own business. And at the end of our presentation today, we're going to be telling you about a way that you can get involved and get started and act on that really great idea that you've had. I'll turn the time over to Josh Hales, our business department faculty member.
All right, so as you guys heard, you're going to be hearing today from our 5 finalists from our Opportunity Quest competition. Now, some of you might be wondering, what in the world is Opportunity Quest? Well, I'm going to tell you. Opportunity Quest is the business plan competition that we hold on campus every year, and this same competition is also held on campuses throughout the state. This year we had 16 teams enter some very fantastic ideas by submitting an executive summary and presenting their idea to our panel of judges. Our judges had the very difficult task of selecting 5 of those teams to present again tonight for a chance to win up to $1,000. And you know, $1,000 is great. Just hold on, we've got something even better coming up. But you know, just listening to all these ideas, we had to select 5, but there were a lot of ideas that didn't make it to the finals that were fantastic. And you know, we hope that they will continue to pursue those ideas. Our winning team will also be automatically placed in the top 30 of the statewide Utah Entrepreneur Challenge, where they will have a chance to compete for $40,000 in cash and $60,000 in services to get their idea going. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Is that pretty cool? Huh? Yeah. It gets even better. Any of you can still enter into the statewide competition. So if you're interested in that, we'll be sending out some information on our social media pages. So if you follow the business department's Facebook page or Instagram account, we'll be getting some of that information out. So now you're going to have the privilege from hearing from our 5 finalists who will be competing tonight, and introducing our competitors will be our business department interns, Colin Hatch and Cameron Stoddard.
Hey everybody, my name's Colin.
And my name is Cameron.
And so I think we're going to excuse... Okay, we're going to have all of the contestants come up on the stage right now. Okay, so you guys are going to go out and so you guys are going to stay here. Okay, you guys can go start getting ready. So, all right, so our first contestants are going to be Tristan Sutcliffe and Rochelle Jones. Their idea is something called Curl Ease, and they're going to get into that with their presentation. They are from Arizona and West Valley. So they actually just met here at Snow College in a class, became friends, and then decided to start this business up. Their main idea for how they got this, where they wanted to get this business, was they always wanted a softer curler for you girls out there when they were going to bed and they were kind of sick of just having hard curlers in their hair and they couldn't get sleep. So they had this awesome idea to get this product out there. And their one kind of quote that they wanted to say is, "They are as happy as a bird with a French fry." So they have a lot of enthusiasm and we think they're going to do awesome. So. Do you want me to just give them this one? I guess it's
Great. Is that on? All right. Hi, guys. Are you excited to be here? That makes one of us. Okay. Before we get started, we want to let you know on this great opportunity. The entrepreneurship class has designed this limited edition blanket. We only made 70 of these, so these are very, very exclusive. I know you've seen the navy before, you've seen the orange before, but this design, this isn't the normal badger, this is the tribal badger. This design, we sent out a survey to everyone across the, what was the one? We sent out everybody a survey asking, what do you want in a blanket, and we delivered. So in lieu of Entrepreneurship Week, we have you a special blanket for the low price of $29.99. They wanted to bring it up to $40, and we're like, no, we're not going any higher than $29.99, so we brought it down for you guys. Are you excited about that? All right, we have them selling in the lobby, and if you want, you can contact us through email, through badgerblankets1@gmail.com. And let's get started.
Okay, so curlies was kind of my brainchild. I got curlers in my hair from the time I was a little girl, and I hated them because they always hurt. And recently, I actually was trying to curl my hair, and again, I lost a lot of sleep. So I got really upset, and I decided that I was going to do something about it. So that's kind of my personal history. Rochelle's going to share hers.
All right. I was blessed with curly hair all my life, and it took me a long time to be able to accept it because everybody had straight hair. Everyone was pretty when they had straight hair. They looked professional, they looked nice, but eventually I grew to love my curls. And just as a few years after I finally loved my curls fell flat. Just one day, I woke up and they were no longer there. So I tried everything. I tried following vlogs of people putting balloons in their hair to get curls, and there just had to be a better way than putting balloons, duct tape, actual dish sponges into your hair. So when she came to me with this idea, I was ecstatic.
Okay. So our desired outcome is we want our company, of course, to go from 0 to 1 million within the first week. We're going to try for that. We'll see how we do. Okay, our company is new, but we do believe it has a lot of potential. We are just getting started, but we want to get awareness out there and get people involved because it's a really great opportunity. We've looked at the market, and as you can see, we've got lots of different name brand companies, Conair and Goody, and they all have to come up with their own version of a soft roller, but most of the rollers are not soft. Ironically enough, even if they're like pillow soft, you still have to tie it in a knot in order to get it to stay in your hair, and it hurts when you're trying to sleep on a whole bunch of knots.
Don't forget when you actually get your hair in the knot and then you pull on it, that's just terrible. But, so our product is made out of the similar things that a facial sponge is made out of. So girls, you know that feeling that you get when you put on makeup? Yeah, that feeling, imagine sleeping on that. That's just like a pillow. It's amazing. So we got soft sponge, and what's great about using a sponge is we can get it wet. So instead of taking a shower at night or spraying it with a whole bunch of water, you can get this wet, put it in your hair, and then you don't have to worry about how much you get your hair wet and waiting for it to dry, and it just saves a whole bunch of hassle.
Now there are some foam hair curlers out there, but the foam doesn't work so well as a sponge. Plus, a lot of the foam ones don't have a clasp on it to keep it in your hair. So when you toss and turn at night, they just fall right out of your hair. But our little curlies, they'll actually stay in your hair. Okay, so we've actually narrowed it down so that the price is actually pretty affordable. It doesn't cost us very much, like $2.40 about for a pack to make them. And do they work and how? Yes, they do. They're very simple. You get the sponge wet, roll it up in your hair, latch the clasp, and you're done. Okay, so this is a before and after. It actually works. This was 15 minutes. We just used a hair blow dryer to get it working. So, and we hope to have these all around with hotels and stuff like that. So, thank you.
Alrighty, so the next contestant, his name is Austin Francis. He hails from the small town of Gunnison, Utah. His major is business marketing. So how he came up with this idea was he was talking to his family about the current trends currently in California and other places like that. And with that, he thought about it, and he's like, I know I can do better than what's out there already. And so with that brainchild, he came up with the idea of lunch money. And so he is here to present to you that idea. So give Austin a round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. Is this not working? All right, here we are. So, lunch money. We're a company that makes fanny packs. Aw, yeah. So, you're probably wondering, where did this name come from? Well, it comes from the idea that you're saving up your lunch money to buy these fanny packs. Or, once you have the pack, you put your lunch money inside of it. So with no further ado, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the business and the marketing strategies and just the general direction of the business. So our product, we're going to be having 3 different lines of fanny packs. The first line is the downtown line. It's going to be made of all leather, really elegant, really modern, in darker urban tones, black, red, blue, gray, for people who want a little class with their style. We're going to be having the ice cream line, which is my personal favorite. crazy designs, florals, emojis, chevrons, a map on the fanny pack. These are for the people who like to go a little crazy and be bold with their personal style. We're going to have the Olympiad. These are for people who like to get things done. People who are outdoors, hiking, backpacking, mountain biking, and they want a way to carry their things. They're going to be thicker in construction, carry more things, so that you're not up the river without a paddle in these outdoor situations. And the Olympiad is also going to have a sports line, which is a really light, slim fanny pack that you can wear while you're working out, while you're running. That way you can keep your personal items with you in a convenient and stylish way. So that's the product. Now, we're going to talk about the market demand. So trends are cyclical, and fanny packs are coming back into style. And particularly in the western part of the nation, styles come from California and travel eastward. We've seen this with joggers. In fact, probably a lot of you are wearing joggers right now. They started in California, and they made their way to Utah. And the same thing is happening with fanny packs. And it's a perfect time for me to enter the market and capitalize on this momentum. So, as far as financial costs, the biggest cost is going to be inventory. And that's a given with this sort of business. One of the biggest strengths of this business, however, is that the marketing costs will be super low. I already own all the equipment needed to run a professional marketing campaign. Video editing software, camera, lights, all the sort of things I already own and know how to operate. So the marketing costs will be super low, which I'm very excited for. Now, as far as our marketing plan, we're going to be using social media. No one can deny the power of social media today. And we're going to be having quality pictures, video, GIFs, and with these forms of advertising, we're going to be doing photo challenges. You take a picture with the fanny pack, submit it to us, we give away prizes for the best photos. We're going to be doing giveaways, tag a friend for the chance to win a prize, all these sorts of things. And another big aspect is going to be, we're going to implement brand ambassadors. We're going to target people who have lots of followers, get lots of likes on their posts, give them free product, and have them post about it to spread word of our business, because people like to hear about products through their friends, not through paid advertisements. Also, really quick, our goal is to not sell a product, is to build a brand. We want people to buy into the Lunch Money brand, not necessarily just buy a fanny pack. You look at Rolex, you look at Ferrari, you look at Apple. These are great products, yes, but more importantly, they're great brands. People want to be a part of that company. So we're going to do the same thing with Lunch Money. Future plans, within the first 5 years, we want to be selling $10,000 worth of product. And we want to expand into t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, because once you have that brand built, really the sky is the limit with what you can do. And currently, we're still in the design and development stage, contacting suppliers to receive samples. We have the domain purchased, working on the website. And really, just at the end of the day, whether you want it for style or for practicality, anyone can use a fanny pack. And Lunch Money is a fanny pack for you. Thank you.
Thanks, Austin. So our next competitor is Matthew Christensen, and he has an awesome product called the Full Map. He hails from Alpine, Utah, and this is actually his first semester at Snow, so he's a brand new college student. He's doing a great job. His main desire to make this product is he just has an overall desire to help people out. It's a great service for anyone who seeks that. And he wants everybody to know that he is single. So that's his thing. So let's give a hand for Matt.
Hey, how's it going? All right, so I'm making a product about character development. I call it the Full Map, and I'll explain why I call it the Full Map as I go throughout. But I want to start off with an interesting statistic I found a couple of weeks ago. Did you know that 82% of prisoners in America are high school dropouts? So I like to picture a bunch of, well, I don't like it, but I picture people who didn't have much of a sense of direction. So of course they ended up dropping out of high school, and they continued along that road not having much of that sense of direction, and ended up getting rid of their livelihood and ending up in prison or in jail. And there's a worse statistic after that. You see those rising numbers, those are the mortality rates for suicide attempts, which has been steadily rising for the last 20 years more or less. So you have the same people, they don't have a sense of direction, they don't know where they're going, and they give up on life. So the products I've made for this, I call it the Full Map. It's a mental training program that helps people identify who they want to be and get that sense of direction and move there and become happy people and productive members of society. Let me show you how it works. So this is a map I drew on Microsoft Paint, and I want you to look at it like a visual representation of your personality or of your mind. We're going to look at someone named Bob. So the full map tells Bob that he would be happiest if he found his way onto this X of his personality. And the full map also shows Bob that he's actually somewhere up here on the top left. So he has a bit of a ways to go before he can be a little happier. The full map then shows Bob which direction to go, and then helps Bob along that transition. Now, this program isn't just for Bob and for high school dropouts, for people in prison. There's actually a vast growing market online right now. These are Google searches over the last 6 years, more or less, for people looking for personality assessments and for other providers who do this sort of thing. I'm actually sure most of you out here have heard of things like the color code or MBTI, things like that. So I'm going up with a bunch of other people who do the same thing, but there's a difference. So the full map has advantages in many different areas. For example, a lot of the competitors, they don't really make it clear what they mean when they say the word patient, for example. With the clear map, it's a lot more easy to understand what it is you want, and therefore move in that direction. As well, this is something that you could use your entire life. It's something that you can constantly be applying. You can constantly be moving in a new direction and knowing who you want to be. The last one is it's all in the user's control. We're not going to be trying to cue a person into the right direction to move that we think, but it's this person's values, it's this person's ideas, and he gets to establish them himself. So I put this treasure chest here, one, because it came with this whole presentation. I didn't know how to take it off, but also I like money, and I'm hoping as this takes off, it could gross a lot for me. And the sooner that happens, the sooner I can move in and be able to help out more people. But the biggest reason that this chest is here is because it's a treasure map for anyone who uses the full map. You can really become a happier person. You can become whoever you want to be, and it's really a lot easier than we think. It just takes some dedication. So if you want to know any more, please contact me at mscsnow16@gmail.com. I don't want to do this alone. I need a lot of help. I'm not a genius or anything. And thanks a lot for listening.
Alrighty. So our next contestant is Luke McElwain. He comes from Junction, Utah. And sort of how he got this idea was he played basketball in high school and he wanted more one-on-one time with his coach. But however, because his coach is also a teacher, he wasn't able to get that one-on-one time. So his business idea has kind of progressed from there to help kids who need that time. And so his business is called Showtime Hoops Basketball Training, and we'll give Luke the time that he needs. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, well, my name is Luke McElwain, and I'm the creator of Showtime Hoops Basketball Training. My training company here is simple. It's provided of two main components, which one is private, personal, one-on-one basketball lessons with a coach. I like to refer to them as piano lessons for basketball. So pretty much, you go in, you can set hourly time slots and appointments with a coach, and you can go work on your fundamentals. You can work on just pretty much like shooting drills and like dribbling drills and whatnot. And then the other component is team and group training sessions where a small group or like maybe a junior jazz team can come and get with a coach and get some work in. There's also film review sessions, which isn't really the main purpose of my company, but people can bring in, like high school basketball players can bring in their film and get it reviewed by a coach, broken down, see their strengths and weaknesses, areas of improvement. You know, this business, it's simple, but it took a lot of key research to find out, you know, how am I going to make this work? Who am I going to sell it to? Where am I selling it? So after looking into it, you know, I came to the conclusion that the target customer for this is pretty much just a young male adult, age 10 to 17. But we all know probably that youth that age don't really have the money for private basketball lessons, so they're gonna have to rely on their parents for this. So we had to kind of look into a location where parents could afford this, where there was also a number of youth that would be interested in this service, and we came to the conclusion that Alpine, Utah is the ideal location. So Alpine has the largest school district in the state of Utah, and also we know the parents can afford it because they are in the top 5 in household income, bringing in $98,589 average household. So the parents can afford it. The basketball love is there because of the Lone Peak High School Knights, who were nationally ranked a couple years ago. This is an idea that's fueled by passion for me. Ever since I graduated high school, I knew what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to coach basketball. I love this quote by Magic Johnson. It says, "All kids need is a little help, a little hope, and somebody who believes in them." And personally, I believe anyone who steps foot on a basketball court, I believe in them. I know that with hard work, dedication, and passion, anyone can be the greatest basketball player they can be. And thank you for your time.
All right, so now we're going to get into our last presentation for the day. So this is from Sergio Arellano and his special guest, Chief of Marketing Assistant Talo. So Sergio is from Mexico City and Talo is from Kenya. They are both Snow College veterans, have been here for multiple years. Sergio's business idea is called Broke Books, and you guys will find out what that is in just a second. His really main reason for the idea is he's a college student, obviously. It's about buying back textbooks, and he saw nobody else was doing it as good as it could be done, and so he took it upon himself to make this awesome business idea. So let's give a round of applause to Sergio.
Hey guys, how's it going today? Woo, right? Awesome guys. Well, my name is Sergio. Some of you might know me now. I am a college student just like you, and just like you, I am broke, right? So that's when Broke Book comes from. I want to introduce you to my roommate. His name is Talo. He's a rapper. Follow him on SoundCloud. And woo, yeah, oh yeah. Okay guys, I'm gonna tell you about my app. My app is gonna do 2 things for you. Number 1, it's gonna make you so much money, and number 2 is gonna do it so quickly that I'm actually gonna show you how to do it right as I'm presenting, okay? So at the beginning of the semester, Taylor spent his lifetime savings on 2 college textbooks, right? $400. There's no explainable reason why 2 textbooks should be $200, but that's what they are. So he had to pay for that. What he's gonna do now to get his money back, he's gonna take out his phone, right there, and he's gonna open up the Broke Book app. Now it's gonna look a little bit like this. Just like a normal app he has on the phone. He's gonna scan the barcode of each one of his textbooks. Now what this is doing is looking up his textbooks with all the online vendors that will buy them back. I'm talking about check.com, I'm talking about eBay, I'm talking about Amazon. Now the thing with textbooks is that for one single book you can get around like 3, 4, 5 different prices that range from like $2 to $70. So once he's done that, the next thing he's gonna do, he's gonna get a real-time, real price that he can get from his books right now if he was to sell them online. The next thing he's gonna get a screen like this that has a USPS prepaid shipping label. So he's gonna put his textbooks in the box, and then he's gonna print the shipping label, and he's gonna tape it to the top of the box. Now, Taylor is almost done over here, and do you guys take into account how fast that was? Was that like 30 seconds? Well, I told you exactly how fast it was, but I'm here to tell you exactly how much money I'm gonna make for you. This is a study I made. This is a sample of a study I made with various college students across the state of Utah, and actually we were fortunate enough to have Carmen here today. Well, I don't know if you see how much Carmen spent on her textbooks this semester. $400. Now, you want to know how much SUU's bookstore was going to give her for that much? $2. Only $2 back from that. I asked myself, do campus bookstores have any respect for human rights anymore? That's like Walmart for me, It's just incredible. Well, see how much my app is going to make her, $76 right now. Like if she was to come to the stage, she could have $76 right now. Because the way I came up with that chart is me, personally, I took each one of her textbooks and looked online across 39 vendors to see which one would give her the most money. Now, if this app can do that for Carmen, so it can do it for you. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how much you right now sitting in that seat are gonna make from my app. So, do you see the margin? The margin means how much more money in percentage I'm giving you as opposed to the college bookstore. And if we make an average of all of these margins, we see that the average student can save up to 880% more money than a college bookstore is. Now, I made a joke about the campus bookstore, but in all reality, they're not evil. The only problem is that they have a very specific need for very specific books at a very specific time. Now, just to wrap up my presentation, I want to tell you that if this business was real right now, I would be making $62,000 on the first year, and that's only if I had 1 to 2% of Utah's student population. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a favor. Can I ask you a favor, guys? Raise your hand if you would download this app if it was real right now. Thank you. Guys, I'm going to present this. No, keep your hand up, keep your hand up. I'm going to present this to a group of investors tonight, and we want to make it a reality. Okay, so I'm gonna take it. My assistant Taylor's gonna help me take a picture of us, and we're gonna look like this is like Donald Trump winning the presidency. Okay, everyone's gonna be losing their minds. You guys ready? You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Broke book. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for your attention.
All right, thank you, Sergio. That was awesome. So we're going to have all the competitors come back out on the stage real quick. Yeah, Dar's going to go. So let's give them a round of applause as they come on out. They all did awesome jobs. Come on. So just as Sergio kind of wrapped up conveniently, tonight they are going to all present basically the same thing they just talked to you guys about in front of a panel of judges, which is the finals round for Opportunity Quest. And then next Monday, they're going to know the winner of the $1,000. There's going to be cash prizes all the way down for every place. So it's a really awesome opportunity. And so now we're going to turn the time over to Josh, and he's going to finish it up. So thank you guys. You guys can go off now. And you guys can be excused, so thanks for everything.
Actually, I'm going to use you guys as a prop here in a second, so if you can stand up for... Yeah. All right. So, like Stacy said, we're going to be launching some things really soon to help you guys who have ideas to actually get going. So, we have a couple things that we're launching really soon. First off, like you just saw, we're going to have our launch meetups starting next week in the library. So, we're all about instant gratification these days, right? Oh, I guess not. Well, even if you were, we're going to be starting next week with the launch meetups. And then also, next semester, we're going to be holding launch lunches every month starting next semester. So how do you guys feel about lunch? Okay. All right. So just a couple things we have that we're going to be helping you guys. If you have an idea, you don't have to go at it alone. We're going to help you get going. Now, these 5 teams here that you just heard from have something in common with every successful entrepreneur in the history of mankind. They started. and they put their hat in the ring, and they went for it. So let's give them another round of applause for having the courage to do that. Now, some of you might be thinking, I could never do that. Well, Marianne Williamson once wrote, we ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? I'm going to say that again. Who are you not to be? Absolutely fantastic. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people the permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So, to be an entrepreneur, you don't have to be a business major, like we've already said. You don't have to be an engineer. You don't have to be charismatic, like these guys are, or even a genius. All you need to do is to find a problem that either you or other people have and fix it. Anyone can do that. So thanks for coming, and we hope to see you at our launch meetup starting next week and our launch lunches starting next semester. Thank you, everyone.